Hello everyone, this is part 3. Who Farhana Begum Elder is. In the last video we spoke about the doctor saying that she has an abdomen problem. Well, I did not say abdomen problem, I think I left it out, but I'll be saying it now. Why the doctor said she's a martyr is because she has an abdomen problem, and the cause of death will be the abdomen problem. So yes. So now, that Sunday morning, after he had told me what he had told me, if you had watched the last video, you will know what he had told me. Now, he says to me she has about a month to live. So basically what they did was, they opened her up, saw they could nothing, and closed up again. That's basically what they did that Sunday morning. Now I am now to go home and speak to my boys. So visiting hours was in the afternoon, and in the afternoon I got my boys ready and I said, come, we're going to hospital, we're going to see your mom. And they're all very excited to see their mom. On the way to hospital, I'm thinking now, how can I speak to them? How can I put it forward to them that their mom is going to die in a month's time? Now, I've never been in this position ever before in my life. There isn't a book that you can read and where you can say, this is how you go about when your wife is going to die. This is how you go about giving the news to your kids. This is how you go about this. There isn't a book. There's no book like that. The only thing I can share with you is that being the father, you need to comfort them in so many ways. Being the father, you got to be strong. You got to be strong for your kids, because your pain, you just got to hold it in. The pain that you have in your heart, you've got to try and hold it in. And you've got to try and be strong for your kids. And I'm driving with them to hospital. And I am thinking, how do I go about this? And then I remembered what the doctor said. The doctor said, she's a martyr. She has an abdomen problem. She's going to die with an abdomen problem. And she'll go straight to heaven. Now this is not this is not a myth. This is not a myth. Whatever the doctor has said is true, because I went to go look it up. When you die as a martyr, you go straight to heaven. But that is not my point now. That is for my wife, Farhana. That is what God is giving to her. God is giving that to her. But I'm going to be left behind with my 4 boys. So I need to be strong, and I need to cope, and I need to hold the fort together for my 4 boys. I cannot go sit in the bottle store and open up a bottle of wine and drink myself silly. I cannot do that. I cannot do anything that is going to make the situation worse. I as a man have to look at it, and I as a man have to hold the fort. We're on our way to hospital. We're pulling and we're driving into the driveway. And I say to my sons, because I remember now what the doctor said. The doctor says she's a martyr. and she's going to go straight to heaven. That is what the doctor said. So, I'm with my 4 boys. I'm with my sons. 17 years old, 14 years old, 12 years old, and 3-year-old. And while driving into the driveway, I say to them, I want one of you to answer this question for me. And the question I put forward to them at that point in time was, if God comes to you now, right now, and God says to you, I'm going to take you away right now, as young as you are, as young as you are. You're not going to get married. You're not going to see your kids. You're not going to be in this world. Because at the young age that you are now, God comes to you and God says to you, I'm going to take you away now and I'm going to put you straight into heaven. So you have this option, I'm going to take you away now, I'm going to put you straight into heaven. Or you can stay on this earth and live your life through, but then you'll have to work hard. You'll have to work hard and earn your own place in heaven. I set this question forward to my 4 boys. And I say to them, I want one of you to answer this question. And I ask my 14-year-old Ahmed, I say, you answer me that question. Ahmed looks at me. He says to me, Daddy, if that is what God says, I will go right now. Now how do a 14-year-old boy, give you an answer like that? How? And when he gave me that answer, I was crying. When he gave me that answer, I knew half my work is done. Half my work is done. Because they understand heaven is a better place. At this point in time, park the car, get out of the car, and then my younger son was him, 12 years old. He looks at me, and the 4 of us standing in the parking outside the hospital. Not the 4 of us, the 5 of us. Little poor Yusuf, the 3-year-old, doesn't know what is going on. And my 12-year-old was him. He says to me, Daddy, is mommy gonna die? I look at him and I says, yes, she's gonna die. And we all broke down and cried. We all broke down and cried, hugging each other and crying. That was a Sunday. The Thursday evening, doctor phones me. You got to come to hospital quickly. Your wife is not doing well. I get the 4 boys, go through to hospital. On the way to hospital, get to hospital. Now the 2 bigger ones, the mother has taught them and has taught them to memorize the Holy Quran. So the 2 bigger ones can recite the Holy Quran. The mother has taught them to memorize the Holy Quran. So we're around the bed. My mother-in-law, my wife's mother is by her. The rest of us are around the bed. And we're only reciting because the heartbeat is going slower and slower. Between the 2 prayers at night, there's a prayer, the Maghrib prayer, just after sunset, and then a little bit later, An hour and 10 minutes later after that is another prayer, which is the last prayer of the day. Halfway between those two prayers, she passed away on a Thursday night, the 9th of March, 2017. Now I want you to listen carefully. God has given her that she passed away with an abdomen problem. God has given her that she passes away on a Thursday evening, and that her burial will be at the Friday prayer at the mosque. So I want you to listen carefully. And I want you to know who Farana Balaam Helder is. Whilst the nurses were getting her ready, my sons and I, we went, because in the mosque they have a place to read your prayers. So we went to go read our prayers while the nurses were getting the body ready. And we came back, and then obviously we got the body, we brought the body home. Now, our next video is going to be on the burial. So thank you for watching. Bye-bye.